Hey, I'm going to tell you a story about how these crackheads were trying to jump me and how my spirit guide stopped them. But it's also a lesson on how you can get your spirit guides to be that powerful because they had more ability to protect me physically because I've been working with them. And so at the end, I want to talk to you after I tell the story about how they got to that point and how you can get your guides or yourself or your soul to that point as well by working with them. Okay? So, I am in Hawaii. It's very beautiful. Now, a part of town, I go to all the walking trails. A part of the town I went to the walking trails, it became pretty quickly, very clear quickly, that this is where all the homeless encamped together, right? And you're seeing people who are homeless, and they're going by the bathrooms and washing up, like outside by the bathrooms. Not from a beach, but they live there. You're seeing cars and tents everywhere. And I'm like, okay, that's where it is. You saw some normal people, but that was the majority. Homeless, but it didn't look terrible. It looked like it was mixed use, right? Like regular people as well as like people who live. So, I mean, anyone instantly goes on alert because it's a certain vibration associated with those camps. And I'm walking, and there's like a 45-minute one way, 45-minute back. On the way there, across the bridge, and there were like four guys on it. And you know, when I walked by, they all got quiet. So that means their attention's on me, right? If they keep talking, whatever. They get quiet, checking me out. I'm like, okay. Now I'm walking, and I made a choice, and I do this periodically. Well, sometimes around unsavory parts of town, I'll still go, but I'll be maybe cautious and quiet so I don't stick out as a target, right? So even in France, there's areas where like I might have been talking loud on the phone, but like when I pass this screen of homeless cats, I start being quiet just so I'm not irritated, calling attention to myself. And then as soon as I pass, I'll get loud, right? And it's just like a natural thing you do because it's just I think everyone does it, right? It's like knowledge. But I chose at this point to not dim my light. I'm having a good time, singing and dancing. And look, like I know I make a target. I just know I'm protected. I didn't know how much until this happened. This happened yesterday. I almost feel like going back to camp again just to see if they're gonna even look at me because I don't think they will. So I look like I'm listening to my songs. I'm like walking on the sidewalk. I'm jamming. You know what I mean? Like I'm really in my music. So it's a bit of a like, well, this chick not paying attention, acting like she's in her own little world in our world. I get it. It does make it a little bit of a target. But that's the choice I made. Sometimes I chose the choice to dim my light a little. This time I just stopped. I'm not gonna lie, I do test my ability like in real life situations. I do. So like knowing I could be more prudent, I might be more flamboyant because I felt this is the place. If they do try something, there's enough people around. I feel comfortable, so I'm gonna be flamboyant. Now, did it catch their attention? Absolutely. So I'm coming back, and now instead of four dudes on this bridge, there's six, and they all look like they're drug addicts. Okay, just a look, a little dirty, like this is a look, right? And I get close, and one of the guys who had scoped me out because you could see him staring at me when I was walking there and just staring. He's the one. As I get by the group of six, he starts walking right here, like right here, but at the same pace. So I turn. So if he was here, so if he's here, I turn my eyes like this. So I'm like diagonal. And what I'm doing there is I'm assessing him, not looking dead on at him, but just diagonal because I want him directly in my eye of sight. But as he's doing this, I'm sort of communicating with my spirit. Is he a threat? Is he trying to do something? Yes. You know, I gave him the invocation to keep me safe. Because if you don't tell them that, they don't necessarily interfere. I keep telling you, every time you walk out the house, invoke their safety because they're not allowed to help you unless an extreme event for littler things if you don't invoke their protection because of free will choice. If you ask, you could receive. So I'm like, okay. And this is all very quick. I'm like looking. I'm like, threat? Yes, because I do divination really quick. I like, and I want to teach you guys about that. And so, yes, and protect me. And then I'm still looking because now I'm calling in. I use servitors who are pretty badass energetically. They'll make you want to stop doing things towards me because it feels very uncomfortable energetically. So I'm getting my servitors and about to tell him to like annihilate him, tear his soul apart. Not literally, can't do that, but annihilate him until he stops whatever he's going to do. Right? And I'm getting them to go, and I'm not going to wait until he strikes. I'll send them early, and then I'll call them off. So I'm getting ready to, and all of a sudden he just stops. So I'm looking like this. I'm calling them in. I'm about to give him the command to go. He stops. I keep walking. I stay like this though, because I'm sort of pissed off, and I just want to keep him in my line of sight. Like I said, I'm making plans to do my own attack. The way he stopped, though, I know it wasn't just my energy that stopped, because he went like, he hit a wall. So I asked later, like, show me what they did in meditation, and I saw that like there were two of my guides and another guide physically stopped him, like put a hand to him, made him stop, and not only energetically, because you guys can feel energetically anything I do, even if you're consciously aware. He felt consciously too. And I was like, when did you get that strong? Because I know before they've kept me out of situation by rerouting people or calling, like maybe someone had intentions, but they call someone in, like at the same time, so then the person, along with some persuasion, they would move. So I was like, when did you guys get that strong? And this is the key I want to tell you guys about. The key that I want to tell you about is that as I'm up leveling myself and my tactics with my team, they're up leveled. My up leveling unlocks their up leveling. So if you go your whole life and you don't work with your guides, they'll grow as you grow. But if you're active like I am, then they will grow. So here's the key I want you guys to know. You can ask your guides, can you come up with more effective ways to protect me than the last time this happened? Can you find that out? And they're like, yes. Okay. Did you do it? Yes. And now they're up leveled. You're up leveled and they're up leveled. Because the information is in you, even if you're not conscious what they, because I might have to go into meditation to get the details, but like they're done it, so I know it's there and it's in my field. So what I'm telling you is that start working with your spirit team or your higher self to ask them to find the solution. So there would be scenarios, because I'm always putting myself at risk. I told you I did it on purpose yesterday. Like, not on purpose, but I didn't shy away from the challenge, right? And so I'm always asking, like, okay, what if this happens? What if these people? And they're like, do this, do this, do this. And so I'm like, okay, what's a better way? What's a better way? What's a better? I'm still to this day ask, what's a better and more effective way? What does they get the knowledge? Now I do divination because sometimes they're like, we don't know a better way, and that's when I might get another guy who does. Can you find me a spirit guide who does know more about this particular subject? And I'll ask them, can you teach us what to do? This is the key. So between divination, where you can ask me yes no questions, with answers, which you don't have to be psychic or clairvoyant to do. You can use a pendulum or tarot cards to do this. You can up level your experience point. Because I've been working with them like that, they went from just waiting physically, and they would have thrown them off the bridge. You would think. So you get your spirit team to this point up leveling because you're constantly trying to do a better way. Can you find a more effective way? Can you find something that's 20% more effective, 100%, or up to 1,000% more effective, or as much as you can get? Constantly. Then verify to get the information. And then if they don't get the information, add another person to your spirit team. Now, don't just communicate with spirits unless you know how to do it, because you have to verify them. There's a lot of tricksters. So I'm not telling you to do that part. But just your guardian angel, your higher self, you can ask, hey, what's a better way for me to do this? Can you show and guide me a better way? What is you show and guide me? Free will, right? There's rules. The reason I am so I have elevated because I know rules. You have to ask them to show you guide. They can do something for you, but you want to get it to the point where they teach you how to. Now it's your knowledge. So if I ask you the tree element or the water element, the ocean's very intelligent. She knows a lot of stuff. So if other beings might say no, she always says yes. She's showing guidance. Now we have that extra knowledge. All of that up levels your entire team. So you can actually become even stronger, you're more up leveled, and you're really accelerating your growth. Now that's how you get on the super fast accelerated portion or growth and soul elevation.